Hi everyone! So in today's video, I wanted to talk about 10 habits that I'm bringing into 2025. Hope you enjoy! Okay, so the first habit that I'm bringing into 2025 has to be keeping track of my expenses on a bi-weekly basis. Currently, I just use Google spreadsheets and I have a tab for example, 2025 expenses. And then I basically input all of my expenses and tag them to the specific category that they're tied to. So for example, there's food, groceries, shopping, travel, and travel is broken down into like subcategories. So I have local travel, domestic travel, international travel, subscriptions, medical, self-care, Uber and Lyft, entertainment, drinks. So I've been using this format since I graduated in 2019, and ever since I started paying for things on my own. I have another column that has all of the different categories, and then I basically sum up the totals for all of those categories for each month, and that way I get a visualization of like, okay, this is how much I typically spend on food, which has been really good in terms of figuring out, okay, am I overspending in one category? Am I underspending in another category that I can like potentially budget more for something else? In 2025, I want to be more mindful of what I'm spending my money on each month, because I feel like I've gotten into several situations where I spend X amount of money on like food and drinks and shopping, concert tickets, and I'm like, well, it's for the experience, it's for the vibes, it's for the memories. While that is true, and it's similar to like the YOLO mindset that I was talking about in my last video, I just need to have a broader mindset of like what I'm spending my money on, so that I'm really being more intentional with these purchases and making sure that I'm getting the most amount of value from these experiences or from these purchases, if that makes sense. Okay, and the next habit I want to bring into 2025 is having a set schedule for cleaning and doing laundry, vacuuming the floors, Swiffering the floors, cleaning countertops, and things like that. So for me, since I work from home on Tuesdays and Fridays, I tend to base my laundry schedule around that. I don't really like doing laundry on the weekends because I feel like that takes away from me actually enjoying my weekends. Not to say that I don't like doing laundry, but I feel like it's just more convenient if I do it when I'm work from home. And to make cleaning more enjoyable, I like to do two things. One is I'll either put on music that I like listening to just to set the mood and vibe of when I'm cleaning, or I'll put on a podcast and it makes something as mindless as vacuuming or Swiffering the floors just a more enjoyable experience because my brain is staying active and I'm actually learning something new. And then also I like to make a list of all of the different things I need to do, and I'll be like very specific and break out these tasks into manageable chunks so that in case there's one day where I can't designate like 2 hours of my time to clean, at least I can get through each task piece by piece throughout the week and cross those off, and it just makes things a lot more manageable versus, I have to spend 2 hours to clean my whole place. It doesn't have to be like that. Okay, today I'm gonna work on just cleaning the countertops, and then once I do that, I'm done. And I feel like those small wins really make such a big difference in keeping your place clean and also just staying sane while cleaning. And the next habit is definitely snacking less. If I'm watching a TV show, I love to just like munch on a snack, and once I start eating one snack, I just get the craving to eat all of these other snacks. And so like for example, if I start out with like hot Cheetos, then somehow I will switch to like wanting something salty, and then I'll switch to wanting something sweet like Oreos. Literally on my coffee table right now, I have Oreos and these like cookies that I got from Japan. Do you see this? These are just staring at me while I'm watching Netflix, and how can I resist eating these? when I'm watching like a good TV show. So I definitely want to snack less, and by doing so, I'm going to only eat until 7 or 7:30 p.m. and then I'm gonna cut myself off. So what I like to do, and I've been doing this for several years now, is basically I'll shower early, and then right after I shower, I floss and brush my teeth. And once I brush my teeth, there's like no going back, right? There's no food that's going to be eaten, no drinks that will be drank. So I think that'll be a really good habit for 2025. And the next habit is working out at least 3 times a week. And the way that I'm going to do this is by one, playing badminton like I always do, which I usually play 2 to 3 times a week already, but also I got a ClassPass membership. They were having a deal for $5 for the first month, and so I signed up for that, and I've been taking Pilates and yoga classes, and I actually used ClassPass last year in Q1, and that was like a really cool experience because it was my first time. I was trying out all of these different workouts in different studios, and just getting a feel for what it's like to take classes by myself. I feel like in the winter time, it's hard to stay active because you just want to be snuggling up in your blanket and watching TV. But for me, I promised myself, okay, I'm gonna try out ClassPass again and do a bunch of these workouts a few times a week because they give you credits. And credits are essentially like what you pay to join each class. They have so many classes. It's like such a cool app, and I totally recommend it to anyone that just wants to try out different classes but like doesn't really know where to start. They just have everything on here. They have yoga, Pilates, bar, boxing, cycling, dance, HIIT, gym time, Zumba dance, CrossFit, martial arts, running, and a lot more. So highly recommend. And I'll link my referral code that you can use, and basically you'll get 20 extra credits by using my code, and it's free for the first month. So such an awesome deal. Not sponsored, wish it was. We can all be more healthy in 2025, so let me know if you end up signing up for ClassPass. Okay, the next habit that I want to talk about is flossing. So basically a few years ago, I was not flossing every single day like I told my dentist I was. Anyone that does that, like they actually, they know that you're lying, so don't lie to them. But I wasn't flossing every single day, and then I ended up having to get these fillings for my teeth, and I think I already went over the coverage amount for that year, so I ended up having to pay some absurd amount, like $600 or $800 out of pocket because I had these fillings that I needed to fill. So ever since then, I've been flossing every single day without missing any days. And sometimes I'll even floss like multiple times a day because I feel like things just get stuck in my teeth. I've really been liking this. I think this is just like drugstore brand, Good Sense Waxed Mint Dental Floss. I've used like the Oral-B one, but I feel like that one, the floss is too thin and it doesn't feel like I'm actually getting stuff out of my teeth. Whereas this Waxed Mint one, like you can really see all of the stuff coming out. As gross as that sounds, but at least I know that it's working. So if you don't floss every day already, you should. And I actually never leave the house without a little pack of floss with me in my purse or in my jacket because I hate the feeling of like going out to eat and then having something stuck in your teeth, but you can't do anything about it because you don't have floss. So highly recommend. Another habit that I want to bring into 2025 is consistently using an eye cream after doing all of my skincare. So the one that I have here is from Beauty of Joseon. It's the Revive Eye Serum, Ginseng, and Retinol Eye Cream. And I feel like ever since last year, I've started noticing just like darker circles, smile lines, and wrinkles on my forehead. I have not been doing my due diligence with putting on eye creams. So as I'm getting older year by year, I'm going to be more consistent with an eye cream. For me, I've used like really expensive eye creams, like the Shiseido one that's probably $60 to $80, I want to say. I feel like for me, it really doesn't matter like how luxurious an eye cream is. I feel like as long as the ingredients are good and as long as you're consistent with it, eventually the results will show. And so eye creams are not something that like you'll see results in a few days or even a few months. It's like a very much over a time span of like years. That's when you'll truly see the results. So yeah, wear eye creams. Girls and boys and anyone that's a human, you should wear eye cream. Unless you're like 12 years old, don't wear eye creams. But yeah. Okay, and the next habit, which if it wasn't already obvious, is wearing my sunglasses outside more. Because I have this bad habit of just like leaving my sunglasses at home, even though I know it's sunny outside. And then I start walking outside and the sun is just hitting my eyes. I can't see anything. And I'm just jealous of the people that I'm passing by who have sunglasses because they're not like squinting everywhere that they go. So I actually got LASIK a couple of years ago, and my doctor told me you should wear sunglasses whenever you're outside, sunny or not. Even if it's cloudy, you should wear sunglasses just to protect your eyes from the UV rays. And what did I do? I wore sunglasses probably for like a month or two after LASIK, and then I just stopped wearing sunglasses because I would always forget to bring them. So I want to be more mindful, more demure about bringing my sunglasses with me whenever I go out. And the next habit is washing my dishes immediately after eating. I feel like sometimes I finish eating and I'm so freaking full that I just want to lay there or sit there on the couch. But I feel like getting into the habit of washing your dishes immediately after eating is so good because then you don't have a sink full of dirty dishes and then it doesn't smell. It just makes your space a lot more clean. You know what they say? They say like clean space, clean mind. And I really think that's true. So definitely want to get into the habit of doing that. Along with like putting away my clean dishes as soon as they're dry the next day, because I feel like I sometimes just leave them in the dish rack for way too long and then it just looks very cluttered. Okay, and another habit is drinking water as soon as I wake up. I always have a water bottle right next to me on my nightstand. It's just good to drink water as soon as you wake up because one, your throat is probably dry and it's just a good way to start your day with a fresh cup of water. Also, if you're someone who doesn't drink water consistently, I'd say one, get a fun water bottle. This is an Awala and it's nice because you just click this, it snaps open and you can sip it this way or you can sip it like tilting the water bottle. They come with like different colors, which is really cute too. I find that if you have a straw, it makes the drinking water experience more enjoyable. So that's one little tip from me. And the final habit is taking my vitamins consistently. I have here my little tub of all of the vitamins that I take. I used to only take vitamin C because that was like the only vitamin that my mom would let me have in high school. But ever since then, I have been just like experimenting with different vitamins. I know a lot of Asians are super into taking vitamins every single day. Like they can't leave the house without eating their vitamins. And so I just want to take better care of my health. I have vitamin C, biotin, which is good for like your hair, your skin, and your nails. B complex with vitamin C, which helps support energy metabolism, calcium with vitamin D3, probiotics, which is good for digestive and immune support. On a separate note, this is not a vitamin, but anyone who has issues with acne, I want to say maybe give this a try because I had issues with acne and once I started taking this, I feel like my skin cleared up very, very quickly within like the first week of eating this. So it's basically a spearmint capsule. It says it's good for traditional digestive support, but I did a lot of research on Reddit and apparently spearmint leaves are really good for just like helping clear out your skin. Obviously, I'm not a dermatologist, I'm not a doctor, so take this with a grain of salt, but I've heard people say that this worked, and for me it did work. I think I only used this for like a month or two maybe, and then I stopped taking it because I didn't want to just like rely on these spearmint pills. But I've also heard that spearmint tea works, and so that could be a good alternative if you don't want to take these pills. So yeah, those were the 10 habits that I'm bringing into 2025. I hope that either resonated with you or maybe it inspired you to try something new. If there are any habits that I didn't mention that maybe you have or you want to try having, feel free to comment down below. Super interested in hearing what you guys have to say. And yeah, thanks for watching. Bye!